Okay, this is an impromptu. Um, I just put this on my Snapchat, TikTok because I had to get it out. But go follow me on TikTok. Link in the description. Um, Magical Child 13. No, that's not the name. Um, it should be Soul Star 13. Yeah, I think the profile name. Y'all can't remember. I don't know if the profile name is Magical Child or Soul Star 13. Either way, go put Soul Star 13. Link in the description or the bio, whatever. So, I was sitting yesterday thinking about imagination, right? And pure imagination. Let me turn my TV down. And today, when I was sitting here watching Emilio, it hit me again. When I guess Emilio and this guy is talking about imagination, and when Emilio said it, it like sparked something in me again from the theory, quote unquote, I had yesterday, which I don't think it's a theory, by the way, but I'm not entirely sure, so I don't know. But I really feel in my bones that I'm right about this, or that I'm really, really close. If not entirely right, really, really close. But we were talking about imagination, and he said that Emilio said that when he was in this meditative state to feel the truest form of imagination was, he said that it was nothing. Like he didn't do anything, but images were coming to him and stuff like that. And then this guy he's talking to, I don't know his name. It's called the It's All a Setup channeling. Saint Germain reveals the light flash. Emilio Ortez um uploaded 12 hours ago. Go find it. Because I'm not putting a picture up here. I don't feel like it. But yeah, so he was saying that the other dude was saying like, yeah, the truest imagination, you don't have to go anywhere, and that brung that my body got goosebumps because when he said that, it made sense with the theory I had yesterday, and the theory I had yesterday was, it came out of nowhere, pure imagination, right? No, true imagination. Now I'm gonna say pure imagination first. Okay, so what we consider God, the all, source, the one above all, or in my case, I call them imagination or pure imagination, right? So for that being, right, that created creation, or you can call it creation if you want, that being is what we consider God, source, the all, one above all, the everything and the anything. And other name is that's another name for it, the everything and anything. But or pure imagination will be the purest name for it. But you can call it all the other stuff, right? Because it's everything and anything. Not everything and nothing. It's everything and anything, right? So and the color of that is gold. And that's why we associate God or source or the all with gold light typically. Like I feel like the consciousness that are more evolved will see it a different color. Not saying evolved in like a bad or worse place. It's not like that. Consciousness that are like more evolved, they might see like blue or something, but or white, whatever. But pure imagination is gold. That's the image I got. More so like pink and gold, but gold. Yeah, so gold. And that's what the when I channeled imagination in my videos, y'all should watch. Go, it's called that y'all should go watch. It's called The Time I Channeled Nine Beings, and source was gold. It looked like kind of almost like a child. They were like I guess like 4 feet, probably more than that, a little more than that. But they were really smooth, like kind of like the Silver Surfer, but if it had a child's body, um, not like a little child, more like preteen. It looked like that, and it was gold androgynous, and it was kind of like that. At least when I saw, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people see that gold in general, right? And that's what we consider God. But that's pure imagination. That's everything and anything. That's the hopes, dreams, desires, the imaginations, the fantasies, the everything and anything that can possibly be thought of. Regardless if you never thought of it before, somebody has. Because it's everything and anything. But that's not what God is. That's not what source. That's not what the true God, the true source. God's not doing it justice. Source isn't doing it justice. Imagination isn't even doing it justice. The name for it is the name for it is because there is no name. The closest names we can give it is the void, nothingness, or true imagination. True imagination. Because true imagination wanted to feel something. It wanted to feel everything and anything. It wanted to discover itself on a completely different level. And if you're nothing, to put it in the most human terms possible, what is the opposite of that? What is the other feeling of that? Something, everything, anything. Okay? So, true imagination, or the void or nothingness, decided to put all its hopes, dreams, imaginations, fantasies, desires, feelings into one point. And that point is a sphere. And that sphere is light. And that light is gold. And that gold is what we call pure imagination. That is where creation comes from. You can say that's the creation side of the nothingness, pure imagination. But it's not separate. Keep that in mind. It's not separate. It put its hopes, desires, dreams, wishes, everything, feeling into a condensed sphere. And it wasn't just because it wanted to do it. It's because the nothingness doesn't have a shape. And the purest shape is a sphere. A circle has no endings or beginnings. That's where we get the Vesica Pisces. It's not because it breaks off literally. Well, yeah, it does, but it's not like it breaks off like what is it, mitosis, where the cells just divide. It's not because of that. It's because that's the purest form of imagination. A sphere. It's a space. A sphere. Now you have space. Creation. A space to create. Right? That's a phrase that humans use. A phrase. I need my space to create. That's what pure imagination is. That's the creation, the creative part of nothingness, the void, the nothingness, the pure, the not the pure, the true imagination. So it condensed all that down to one little ball, and then that ball split off, and that's where we get the story of creation. And it's also symbolic and literal too, because it kind of splits off from the nothingness, but it can't, because it can't go anywhere. There is nowhere to go. So it would never truly be separated. It's just when not creation, when true imagination, which is the void, the nothingness, decides to break itself down, it created imagination. Pure imagination. Creation. It created creation. It created pure imagination. And from that pure imagination, anything and everything is possible. It's created. Ideas, everything. And because that pure imagination, or if you want to call it source or God, is from the true imagination, it inherently knows the assignment. Just like when a baby hatches from their parent. You know what I mean? You don't have, no matter, even if it's a human species, the child will just innately try to sit its head up, will try to crawl, will try to walk. You don't teach the child that. You wait until the child is ready. And some of us are late bloomers, okay? When it comes to all of creation, when it comes to that, you don't have to teach that. The child inherently just knows basic survival skills, even if it's a human. You put a human out in the wild, they're just going to adapt to their environment. Humans can adapt the best. They just choose not to. But humans can adapt the best. And then we're gonna get into the human archetype, which I think I actually did. Go watch my video about the human archetype. Oh my god. That I posted. It's called Being the Human. I'll put that picture up though. And I'll put the end screen titles and like the little stickers up over here too, so y'all can make sure to watch it. um Being the human, and the human is an archetype like any other archetype. All archetypes will have a basis similarity, but anyways, yeah. So from creation already knowing itself, which is pure imagination, which some people might call the all or the everything, um it will just naturally create, because that's its divine purpose. That's our divine purpose, right? But hold on, we'll get there. So once it creates, it breaks itself down into so many pieces, not because it wants to be separate or because everything is separate or different. It's because if you want to truly know yourself, truly and purely know yourself, you're going to want to know every and any aspect of who you are and what you can do and what you can bring. You want to discover all the possibilities, right? Same with creation or true imagination, which is the void, the nothingness. Then comes pure imagination, which is the all or source. And then from the source creates everything down, 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 down. You want to know why imagination, source, the all, just made everything perfectly? Because perfect is another way of saying pure. I think what a lot of people got wrong with the word perfect is they warped it into something vain. Being perfect is being pure. And what do we associate with pure? Authentic. Being purely authentic means you're perfect because you understand truly you are the nothing. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to be, nothing. So that means you're everything, baby. And in the next life, and when you wake up in this life, and you're able to choose your avatar in the next life, your physicality will also reflect your mentality, your spirituality, your consciousnessality. Okay? All right. But yeah, it's to see itself on every front, on every level. Who am I? What am I about? What can I see? Oh, okay, okay, okay. And that's why the higher you go, the less judgmental you are. Because there is nothing to judge. Just all the play. You know? We're all supposed to play, have fun. The intention was to never the intention wasn't to be miserable necessarily. But that's a byproduct of creation, yes. But that's beautiful too though. It doesn't have to depower you. But that's also beautiful too, because the powering, especially if you've always been an underdog or a rebel or someone who's always been admonished, you know what it feels like to be powerless. A lot of us do, just in general. But that's beauty in that, because when because you were never truly powerless, you've always had the power. You're just able to understand what it is. Also, this is what I look like if I completely just didn't have shit. Oh, but we forgot that. And keep in mind, everything's a system. It's a trickle down, starts from top to the bottom. And for you to get back to the top, you got to work on your bottom. You can't just rise up like that. You can. A lot of beings go to an in between space, purgatory, some people call it, where you're just there waiting until you absolutely be absorbed. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's only so far you can go because there's no growth in that, you know? And creation is what? Always changing, always growing, always evolving. That's what imagination is, right? That's what magic is. That's what chaos is. If you want to call it chaos, that's what chaos is, girl. That's all it is. Ain't nothing bad or good. You ain't got nothing to do with morals. It's beyond all that. Ain't no words for it, to be honest. For true imagination and all that other stuff. It just is. You understand that your back is your back, but it's still a part of your body. And when you refer to your body, we're going to assume and surmise that you're talking about your entire body, head to toe, unless you make it specific, right? True imagination isn't specific. It's the most general thing as fuck. But to understand what that general is, you have to understand specifically what is it? What is it made of for it to be general? It's made up of anything and everything. And that anything and everything isn't. It's nothing. It isn't. It is literally true imagination. It is true nothingness. But it's true nothingness expressed into something, into any and everything, which is imagination, which is creation or source, or what you want to call it. That's all that is. And it's light because that's what light is. Light is construct. Okay? That's why we say at the beginning there was nothing. Then there was light. It's not because there was light because that's the masculine principle. No, it's because there was light because this is what's pure that you can see. It's what you can purely see. You can be anything and everything you want. Your desires, passions, inspirations, all condensed down dreams and imaginations into pure imagination. And then from that pure imagination is creation. It literally plays on itself. We're pure imagination. We are true imagination, having a pure imaginative experience. We are true imagination, true nothingness, having a purely imaginative experience. I also like to call it pure imagical nation. Just made that up. But I did call it that at one point for a brief moment. Imagical. And I'm taking that word. If Wicked can come up with words and make them sound, I actually like the way they speak. If they can come up with words, why can't I? I could say and be anything I want, any and everything I want, right? Oh, okay. As long as you know, we good. But yeah, I just want to say that it was actually really fun, and I hope like this is true. I hope this is true. I really feel like there's some truth to it, though. Let me know if you're out there listening.